Senate Majority Leader John Thune's with us. And sir, good morning to you. A moment ago, True Social, here's the post from the West Wing. Congratulations to Chuck Schumer for doing the right thing. Took guts and courage. The big tax cuts, LA fire fix, debt ceiling bill, and so much more is coming. We should all work together in that very dangerous situation. A non-pass would be a country destroyer. Approval will lead us to new heights. Again, a really good and smart move to Senator Schumer. This could lead to something big for the USA, a whole new direction and beginning DJT. Bet he loves that. On Wednesday, Schumer was trying to convince Democrats to stick with him and fight this. Last night he folded. Tell us why.
Well, they own it, Bill. I think this is just an acknowledgement on his part that the Democrats put us into this situation. The first three appropriation bills that Congress is supposed to pass every year passed out of the committee over 8 months ago. And 11 of the 12 passed before the August recess last year, and Chuck Schumer never put one of them on the floor. And so we are cleaning up the mess that Chuck Schumer and the Democrats and Joe Biden left us and funding last year's appropriations bills. This is the cleanest, best way to do it. The Democrats should get on board with it. If they want to filibuster the issue of shutting down the government, more power to them. But this is on them, and it's important that they deliver the votes to help us get this across the finish line and keep the government funded.
This morning, I did chuckle when I saw Politico's headline of their morning newsletter that Schumer stops a shutdown, as if he was the hero in all of this. What's interesting is just how frustrated and angry the left is with him. So he's basically got no friends this morning in Washington. He might be headed to the pound to get a new dog.
Well, that's the old saying, as you know, Dana, in Washington. But honestly, I mean, in his case, what he's hearing is the far left, which has a severe case of Trump derangement syndrome. And they're making a lot of noise out there, but they don't represent the heart of the country. The middle of this country, the middle of this electorate wants us to get things done, wants the president to be successful, wants us to make government smaller and more efficient and to modernize it through technology. And that's what this is all about. But you have to have the government funded in order to do that. So the left can make a lot of noise, but they're speaking to a very small audience out there. And the people in this country who get up and go to work every day want to see the president and those of us who are here in Congress working together as a team to make a difference for their betterment. And that's what, in the end, funding the government is a part of that. And the Democrats, as I said, left this with this mess from last year. And so we are doing everything we can to clean it up so we can start new on the president's agenda for this next year. But we've got to get this out of the way first. And
Senator,
right now, it's the Democrats who are standing in the way of that.
How many Democrats will vote with Republicans today?
Well, we need 8, Bill. That's the magic number, and I'm hopeful they'll deliver that because I think it's they realize that this is on them. The president's on board with this. The House passed it. We got Republican support. We got more than the necessary 51 votes in the Senate to pass it. But in the Senate, on an issue like this, it takes 60 votes, a supermajority. So we need some Democrat help, and we need at least 8 Democrats. Hopefully there'll be more. I think it's the right thing to do for the country, and hopefully they'll come to that conclusion.
Here's a group of senators railing on President Trump. Watch this.
What the Republicans are doing is not a CR. It's a license to destroy. I cannot support giving them a license to destroy, nor that surrenders or capitulates what I swore an oath to do, which is uphold the Constitution.
It is one thing for those who aspire to dictatorship to take power. It is another to knowingly give it to him.
And they've already proven that instead of governing responsibly, they've been reckless, causing chaos, confusion.
And there's more of where that came from. There's a lot of hyperbole there. I know a lot of it is politics, but when you go to try to make the Trump tax cuts permanent in the next few months, as you guys work on that bill, but the level of opposition from the Democrats could reach new heights.
It will, Dana, but we expect that. And again, you're hearing from the hard left, and their base is very angry right now. They're still going through the 5 stages of grief after the last election, but this is why they lost the last election. It's these far left policies, the far left rhetoric, and appealing to a small corner of the electorate instead of working for the good of the American people. And there's a lot of revisionist history right now going on among Democrats in the Senate. I've heard a lot of them on the floor and in interviews talking about how we got here. We got here because they didn't do the work last year. We are cleaning up their mess. And we'll get this done, and then we'll turn and pivot and start focusing on fiscal year 26 and the president's agenda.
Well, September could
which
be,
includes
yeah.
reconciliation and tax cuts.
Well, September could be a fight, and we'll be here for it. Senator, thank you for your time. We'll watch the movement on the Hill today. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thanks, Bill. Thanks, Dana.